Welcome everyone. We are going to be modeling this part, and this part's called a cam rocket. You'll hear me refer to it that way. And this is a quick pre-introduction to this two-part series to model this cam rocket in 3D. I want to just highlight real quickly that there are two dimensions on this drawing face that are blocked out. And with a finished drawing, we clearly would want to have these features dimensioned, but I intentionally have blocked them out to force us to use some geometric construction techniques inside of our Solidworks sketching. So with that, we will pass on this introduction. I would suggest that you want to take a screenshot of this drawing, and we'll be referring back to it constantly throughout the two-part YouTube video series that we're going to be going through. We will not see this PDF drawing during those two-part videos, so make sure that you take a screenshot and then are able to use that as we move through the two-part video. Hope this is helpful, and we'll see you in the start here in just a couple seconds.
Welcome everyone. Let's talk about some tips and tricks for drafting. Today we're going to look at Solidworks. We're going to build this cam rocket again. And of course, know that while Solidworks is not as flexible as AutoCAD, there is of course going to be 2 to 3 to 4 different ways to achieve any particular geometric outcome. And we're only going to cover one in this video, so let's get started. I have the Solidworks splash screen or initial screen up. I'm going to start a new file. I'm going to come up and I'm going to click on New. And I'm going to tell Solidworks I want a new part and click OK. I get the nice blank gray screen. And I want to now set my units. And in this particular video, I'm going to do it differently than I did in class. I'm going to click this settings or options wheel. I'm going to click the right-hand tab, document properties, and I'm going to click the term units. I'm going to set my precision to 4 decimal places in both length and dual dimension length. And I'm going to choose this MMG radio button, making sure that I'm in millimeters. My length is in millimeters, my dual length is in millimeters, and I have 4 digits of precision. I'm going to click OK. And I now know I'm in millimeters, and I know my 4-digit precision. I'm going to have to turn on my origin. I'll come up to the alternate arrow by the eye and ask SolidWorks to show me the origin. And since I'm here, I'm going to ask SolidWorks to show me the primary planes. I click into space, and I'm ready to begin drawing because I have the origin selected. My next step, as we can see down below, is to start a sketch. I'm going to highlight the front plane in my history tree. I'm going to select the Sketch tab, and in the menu ribbon, I'm going to select the command Sketch. My view rotates. I can see my planes. I'm looking straight on. I'm going to turn my planes off now by unchecking primary planes, and I have this blank space that I'm looking at. I'm ready to start using the line command. I'm going to click line, come down and hover over the origin and make sure that I have a snap preview in the yellow box right next to my cursor. Click, move my line to the left, click it into place, and enter 14. I simply type 14. 14 goes into the entry box down here below, and I'm ready to draw a vertical line. I bring my cursor straight up, and I'm going to go up 16 millimeters. I click it into place and enter 16. I'm going to come back to the left and go 14, so I'll click it into place, enter 14. And something certainly looks wrong on the screen, right? So I'm going to escape, click on my first line, and notice over here I can see the properties. And the length is clearly not 14. It's 32 point something or other. So I'm going to select that and I'm going to re-enter 14. And you'll notice that all of my geometry is going to shift to the right. I press enter, it all shifts to the right. I click the green check mark and I'm ready to continue. I re-enter the line command by clicking on the line. I'm going to highlight the end point of my last line, click, and extend down and to the right. I'm going to click my line into place. I'm going to enter 50 as a length, and then here I want to press tab so that I can enter the angle, and I'm going to type in -10 and press enter. And again, I don't know if I got that. Yeah, I missed it. So I'm going to come back and click on my line. Once I do, the properties come up again, and I can enter -10 on the angle and click the green check mark. So now, of course, I'm going to need to come back and work on the bottom right of the part. I'll use my line command again. I start here, come down 16, I click it into place, enter 16. I move to the right. I'm going to go to the right, 84. I have to click it into place, type 84, enter. I'm going to go up and click, and my length is going to be 40. I'm going to come to the left, click, and my length is going to be 29. I'm going to hit escape now. And whenever I hit escape in any piece of software, whether it's AutoCAD, Solidworks, Revit, Civil 3D, SketchUp, I tend to hit escape 3 times. It's just a habit of mine. So you may hear it in the background. So now I'm going to use the offset command, and I am going to come up here without anything selected and click offset. In my properties, I'm going to enter 59 millimeters because I want to create the bottom horizontal line. I clicked over here in my properties, or I could have hit enter, and I want to uncheck the option that says select chain and uncheck the option that says add dimension. So none of my options are selected. I move my cursor back over, hover over the top horizontal line, click it, and move my cursor down and click below that line. And my 59 millimeter line ends up down here. I'm going to use this extend command next by clicking on the alternate arrow of trim and then extend. I'm going to click on this horizontal line and notice that it now extends all the way to the end. And I'm going to click it. So now I need to move this, or offset, this horizontal line 13.3 millimeters this way to the left to create the center of my arc. So I'm going to use the offset command. I'm going to change my value to 13.3, and notice SolidWorks has left all of my options selected as I entered them in my last command, so none of my options are checked. So I'm now going to select this end line, move my cursor to the left, and click. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and I'm now going to draw my arc around this center point. That's the circle command. I highlight the end of that line until I see the orange snap, bring my circle down, click it into place, and I'm going to enter 29 millimeters. It's the correct size now. I can now use the extend command to bring my horizontal line further over to the circle. I'm going to click my alternate arrow and choose extend and select the left hand portion of the line, maybe 3/4 of the way to the left of the line, and click, and SolidWorks automatically extends that line to the next object, which is the circle. I'm going to try now and out line command. I click the line command, and I'm going to draw my angled line. It's going to go from this point that's highlighted down to the center of the arc, which the line is supposed to pass through. And I'm going to click that as my endpoint. I hit escape 3 times. Remember, I can't bring this line all the way down here when I draw it because I don't have an accurate place to snap where it should end. But I can now use the trim command to bring it down to its correct spot. I'm going to choose the corner option in my trim command, and I'm going to click the angled line, and then I'm going to click the left-hand portion of the horizontal line. And you can see the result. I'm now going to change my trim option to power, and I'm going to choose the power option. And I'm going to begin to scroll by holding the left mouse button down and moving the mouse, panning the mouse around. So I'm going to hold the mouse button down and scroll across the arc. I'm using the trim command, so Solidworks trims away what I scroll across. I've done that multiple times and you can see the result. I'm also going to now trim away excess length of this end line and excess length of this line. And you can see the result. I'm done with the trim command, and I'm going to hit escape 3 times. And I'll close this part 1 of the video, and we'll pick up where we left off on part 2.